Now, no matter whatever is the condition of Mexico, no matter whatever is the situation in the dressing room of Mexico, Mexico finds it extremely exciting and a lot of, enthusiasm when it comes to playing with Argentina. It's something like an Argentina-Brazil, it's something like a Germany versus Italy, those kind of matches. And Mexico will play a lot tougher against Argentina with whatever resources they have got in the World Cup, and I'm sure for that. So Argentina will not do well if they take them like.
Vamos, 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 Argentina. ¡Qué boludo!
Hello guys, welcome back to Road to Qatar, and we are now dangerously close to the FIFA World Cup. Less than a month to go. We have already brought to you 3 special episodes. One about one about Indranath, who is again with us, about his ensuing journey to Qatar, the 3rd consecutive World Cup that he will go to, and we will have a little more build up as we go along, and then 2 more episodes on splitting apart the Argentina squad, that is the largest squad that Scaloni and Messi are putting together. When the final squad of 24-26 is announced, we will also have 1 more episode covering the final list. But today we have a different agenda, something even more exciting. We of course know who are the rivals of Argentina in Group C. We are going to do a group analysis of what potentially awaits Argentina in the World Cup in the first round, and also in the end put together maybe we will hazard a prediction as well as to what is going to be the group standings and henceforth, right? Okay, cool. The first question I have is about Saudi Arabia. Any knowledge about what are they going to spring? Are they going to spring us any surprise for each one of us, for Argentina or any of the other 2 teams? Anything about some player who stands out, Indranath, or any one of you, if you want to?
Saudi Arabia remains a very underrated side in this group. I'm not saying they are going to cause a lot of havoc, especially for Argentina. They will play the first game against Saudi Arabia, which Argentina will win comfortably, is my belief. But it's a team that might cause a little problem for others. 2 reasons. A, they have kind of near home advantage that they'll get. They're very close to Doha geographically. And in their qualifying, they actually topped the group, a group where Japan was 2nd. And Japan is actually more celebrated as from that, because probably it's in a different group where some of the other heavyweights are there. But it's a team which will play well, and Saudi Arabia's biggest strength, I'm forgetting the player's name, their midfielder. There's I think he's their captain. But in general, it's a team which, especially because Argentina is playing their first game against it, they also should not underestimate. Play to their strength, they should win comfortably. But this team will give a little trouble to both Poland and Mexico. The reason I'm saying this, Mexico is not in great form.
Got it. Yeah, and we'll do a double click of Mexico as well. Quick question on the great point that you bring up on the weather advantage, and one of you can opine. Do you think Saudi Arabia, or a team which has that Asian sort of climatic advantage, will have that sort of an advantage starting off versus the European or the Latin American teams? Or are we reading too much into it? Mrigaban, anything on that?
As far as the Qatar weather is concerned, whatever I have kind of seen in the net, it's showing that in the winter months, basically the day temperatures basically hover around 23 to 25 degrees. And in the evening, it kind of falls down to about 17, 18. I think it's a very comfortable weather. The weather is also going to be devoid of any kind of humidity. So I think it's going to be a comfortable weather, and I don't think that it is going to cause much kind of botheration unless and until the match is in the daytime. And Argentina has only the starting match in the daytime as far as the schedule is concerned. And most of their matches are basically in the early evenings and late evenings. So I don't think that weather is going to be much of a concern as far as Argentina is concerned. On Saudi Arabia, I just had one more point to add to Indranath, who already talked about their performance in the qualifiers. Saudi Arabia recently in the post the qualifiers, the kind of teams that they have played in, they have played with USA, they have lost to Venezuela, they have drawn with USA, and they have also drawn with some of the other countries. What I understand, Ecuador, absolutely right. What I understand from their game, and I have seen a little bit of their game in the YouTube, they are strong defensively. Okay. However, as far as their forwards are concerned, they are quite novice, I would say, in terms of the global football and the standards. So I don't see much of a problem as far as the Argentina match is concerned with respect to, the fear of goal scoring from Saudi Arabia.
Just two reflections on what you and Indranath shared from my end, and Supriyo, coming to you next on asking about Mexico. One, on the weather, I think I was looking at this clip from one of the organizers who has built, I think, 3 or 4 of the key stadiums where the matches are going to be played. He was specifically mentioning that in the just concluded athletics championships that happened, with a lot of global athletes who had come down, they actually had a temperature control system, and then the feedback that they got from the athletes was they in fact were much more comfortable in some of the European championships. So I genuinely think, like, if there will be some concerns about whether it's in Qatar, it's not going to be the case. Okay, coming to you, Supriyo, what about Mexico? Our old, always a round of 16 or a initial group rivals. What's the read on Mexico, Supriyo?
If Argentina had to play Mexico, this is the best time, and the World Cup opening second game is the best time to play Mexico, because there are several factors leading to the current Mexico team. First of all, the team is not in a very good shape. Secondly, there are a lot of controversies, and one that includes Tata Martino. And there is the healthy relationship that initially Mexican fans had with Tata Martino has also gone down. The reason is Tata Martino, in the month of July, was seen budding with Scaloni. There was a famous picture of Scaloni and Tata Martino going viral in the internet. And there Liga MX was going on, and Martino was not focusing on Liga MX. And the crowd complained that Martino is selling out the match to Scaloni. Later, Scaloni confirmed that, no, we were just having a simple chat. There is nothing like that, nothing of that sort. Added to that, as Indranath rightly said, Mexico's form is very poor. They, in order to prepare for Argentina, they played 3 South American teams recently. They lost 2 of them, one against Colombia, one against Paraguay. None of them qualified for the World Cup, and the only match they won was against Peru. That's 1-0. Very poor form. And also it is rumored that Tata Martino wants to jump ship after Qatar World Cup. He will maybe try to go to one South American club, so he is not much interested. Added to that, the MLS top scorer, Javier Hernandez, Chicharito, Manchester United legend, you know him. He has been left out of the squad, and that also created a lot of controversy. Carlos Vela is also out of the squad. Again, the relationship, the situation environment in Mexico about the sporting team is not good. So that will play, I think, will have an advantage to Argentina.
But what about the players that are in the squad? Like 2-3 names really stand out, right? Jimenez does, Lozano does, Guardado does, right? So any views, guys, on those 3 or some of the other players were notable? You did mention the omissions, but what about the ones? Supriyo or anyone?
Yeah, Jimenez, as you said, he's got. There's another player who can perform well. That is Jesus Corona. You might have heard his name. Ochoa, our old friend Ochoa, the goalkeeper, is playing his 5th World Cup. He will be there undoubtedly. So the people who are there, they can cause trouble, but not to the extent that once there were some legends in Mexico, like Rafa Marquez. You had Rafa Marquez. That type of leadership is not there.
Yeah, I'll just add on to what Supriyo is saying, and he is absolutely right with what is happening with the Mexican team. In fact, the kind of matches, first of all, let me bring in a lot of clarity in this point that, Mexico was the 3rd team in the CONCACAF region to, qualify. And they were actually quite poor in the CONCACAF zone. After which they have gone ahead and played certain matches. And in each of these matches, they have fared either in a very average manner or in a poor manner. What is a cause of concern? And let me come on to the players, before even coming on to the Tata Martino story and all this. What is a real cause of concern for Mexico is the off form of their best goalkeeper, Okoya. Okay. Okoya is not in the great shape, as we have generally kind of seen him. He has been letting off goals very easily. And there's a lot of concern because the second line of goalkeepers in Mexico are just not ready to take on to the Okoya shoes with the kind of experience that he has and with the kind of, expertise that he has grown over the period of years. Okay. Now, no matter whatever is the condition of Mexico, no matter whatever is the situation in the dressing room of Mexico, Mexico finds it extremely exciting and a lot of, enthusiasm when it comes to playing with Argentina. It's something like an Argentina-Brazil, it's something like a Germany versus Italy, those kind of matches. And Mexico will play a lot tougher against Argentina with whatever resources they have got in the World Cup, and I'm sure for that. So Argentina will not do well if they take them lightly. That's the whole point.
Got it. Indranath, since you watch so much of European football, just wanted to ask you that does any of the squad members of the Mexican team sort of stand out places? Like Lozano comes to mind because Napoli is doing so outstandingly well.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
example, any player in your squad?
I think Lozano, especially because Napoli currently is the most exciting team in Europe, I think. Lozano obviously stands out. But, this Mexico squad, as something is wrong. If you remember the 2014 group stage match, Mexico-Brazil, Mexico on paper was no way close to Brazil's team, but it was a drawn game. And obviously, Ochoa was outstanding in that game. But that Mexico team had some kind of a spirit that they used to play together. What Mrigaban is pointing out, the history, and they play with a lot of guts. So against Argentina, I feel that's going to be missing because this team is not gelling. A lot of things are wrong. Say, once you have to drop your star player, apparently because he's ruining the dressing room, means things are not well. So
coming to the fourth group, guys, and that this is like an enigma to me. This fourth team which we have drawn, Poland, and just because obviously that one name that's there. And I was just watching the Ballon d'Or sort of presentation when he collected the Muller Award this time. I mean, he seems to be in a zone of his own, and obviously his debut with Barcelona hasn't panned out like how like we wanted as his well-wisher, right, of a great player. So what's your take on Poland? Sort of will there be other players rallying around this great legend? I mean, let's use the word. I mean, those many goals, he's a legend. So
yes.
And so what's the take?
So for Barcelona, he has been scoring more than 50% of the goals for Barcelona.
But by his own standards, he's not. Probably.
Yeah. And the thing is that Poland team, as a national team, they don't end up playing well. They may play one or two games well, and for me, I think Poland will fight for the second position for this from the group.
Sorry, before that, Indranath or others, how did they do in qualifying? Was it like a clean qualifying for them or struggle or what was it?
No, they remained second after England in a group of Hungary and England, which people thought Hungary, based by the form they were going in, Hungary would have been second, but no, they became second. But Poland's problem is the back line. They concede lot of calls.
Beasts like Lewandowski need supplies from the midfield. Okay. And teams are going to see through this, and they are going to basically try to cut off their midfield. Lewandowski is not a great playmaker. He's a great goal scorer. So they are going to see through this, and they're basically going to, basically choke Lewandowski while, cutting off the midfield supplies. I think if they do that, and given the kind of defense that they have, we should be able to, pass through them. I don't see Poland as much of a scare.
Excellent.
But I also think that in the Argentina match, Poland might be able to score a goal. I don't think Saudi Arabia or Mexico is going to score a goal against Argentina. But in the Poland match, Polish guys, Lewandowski might just score one goal.
Okay, having gone through the four squads, including the squad depths and the key players, the strengths, weaknesses, now it's time to sort of put our necks on the line and predict match by match for Group C. So the way we will do it is we'll go match by match, starting going as per the schedule and seeing that what can be the final score line, right? And with obviously some bit of logic and some discussion and banter within us. The first match, and of course the first match featuring Argentina as well, at Lusail Stadium, if I'm not wrong, that's what the match is, against Saudi Arabia. So what's the scoreline, guys? What's your prediction? What's the scoreline going to be?
4-0.
Okay, mine is 3-0.
3-0. Okay. Supriyo?
Mine will be 3-0.
3-0. Okay. And I'll say it will be 3-1. One only because you guys have been saying to not start with Martinez, who is my favorite, and to start with Romero and Otamendi. So I think we'll end up considering one by mistake. So, but yeah, if I have to push our thinking to reach one score line, what should it be? So 3 or 4 and then 0 or 1.
3-0 has a consensus. And just to put the apprehension, Romero and Otamendi, when they started, so till date, Argentina hasn't conceded.
Correct. I don't think Saudi Arabia will be able to score.
Got it.
I don't.
Got it. Okay, 3-0. Let it be 3-0. And as you can see on screen, thanks to our editing magic behind the screen, so that our scoreline is updated. Second, so the second match of the group on that first game week, Mexico and Poland. What's the prediction there?
Yeah, 1-1 draw.
Okay,
Same.
you're just spicing up the group,
I-
right, for the rest of the.
I think it will be. I also think it will be a 1-1 draw because in terms both are equal, but a standard B. But yeah, 1-1 draw.
Got it. Yeah.
No, I think it will be a Poland win. I think it will be a Poland win. The factor will be Lewandowski because given the kind of defense that Mexico has, even if Lewandowski gets one chance, he will score. I'm 100% sure about it. So
Yeah.
either it will be 1-0 or 2-1 to
Yeah.
Poland.
Yeah. 2-1 to Poland is Mrigaban's call. So, and both of you are saying it will be a 1-1 draw. So I think if I say a draw, then yeah, the consensus will be towards a draw. But I too think it will be a win. But I was thinking actually it's going to be a Mexican win. I don't know why. I was leaning towards it. So I'll say my bet is on a Mexican win. But since two of you have said it's a stalemate, that's what we'll log this in as. So let it be 1-1, Mexico and Poland, right? So, and with Lewandowski scoring, I think we'll all wish him one goal in the first round. That will be good for the legend. Okay, the third match in the group technically is Poland and Saudi Arabia. And any call here? And I'll go first. I think Poland will have a clean win here. I think I'm saying a
Poland should have a
3-0 sort of a scoreline. Supriyo?
2-0 to Poland. 2-0 to Poland. Poland should win this match.
2-0. I also think 2-0. 2-0
Got it.
is fine.
Indranath?
My
So
prediction
basically,
is,
Poland will be
my
going into the
prediction
game
is
having
this will
drawn.
be another draw.
Another draw. Okay.
1-1 draw.
Okay. But three of us have said it's a Polish win. So okay, we'll remember
Yes,
that
yes.
you're saying that it will be a draw.
The more the other teams draw, the better. Yeah, the more the other teams draw, the better.
But 2-0 to Poland, is that what we are?
Yeah,
jotting down,
2-0
right?
to Poland.
Okay,
Yeah.
right. And on to the second important match featuring the team that we all love, which is Argentina against Mexico, our old friends from initial groups and round of 16. What's the prediction here, guys?
2-1.
I'll go with a narrow win. Yeah, 2-1 for me. Narrow win.
Another
Mexico always gets
Maxi Rodriguez.
Mexico.
2-1. No,
Mexico
I mean, the moment I hear,
always gets.
sorry Shupri, but whenever I hear 2-1 against Mexico, that Maxi Rodriguez goal comes to my mind. Nothing else. Anyway.
That's an outstanding goal. That was an
Best goal
outstanding goal.
Best goal of 2006 World Cup.
Correct,
The best
correct.
two goals of 2006 World Cup came from Argentina. Yeah.
Yeah.
Two best
Sorry,
goals.
Shupri, you were saying I cut you. Yes, I agree with that. That was best goal of that.
Yeah, I always think that somehow Mexico just gets one past us somewhere or the other. So yeah, except Copa America 2007, one goal they sneak in somewhere around there. So 2-1, yeah.
2-1. Got it. Okay. Mrigaban?
I beg to differ, and I believe that it will be a 1-1 draw. I have my reasons. Yes, I have my reasons. I believe that, Mexico will kind of, try to probably, put in their best shoe or the best foot forward. And the chances are that, Argentina will probably suddenly, after Saudi Arabia, which will be a very easy opponent for us, will suddenly face a very aggressive team on the ground. And things can happen. So I think it will be a 1-1.
Wow. Okay.
Mrigaban changed his mind. A few minutes back, he said Argentina will only concede against Poland.
Yeah. Which is this is what tension does to the best of us, right? So it's okay, it's fine. We understand the stress you're going through.
No, now I'm predicting the matches, and there are many other factors which are coming in my mind. So,
No, but my read is I think this will be one of the matches where we will see someone else score, like apart from the unexpected ones like Lautaro, Messi, etc. And I don't know whether we will probably one of the subs. So I think we will score at least 3. That's my read. Anyway, so I think the consensus is towards an Argentine win. But we'll remember, Mrigaban, your call that it will be a draw, and we'll see, if we have some fun later.
There's another reason why I say that, we should have a little subdued performance in the groups.
Yeah,
because in a tournament like World Cup, you need to build. You don't need a 5-0 kind of a score on the first match, and then after that, some surprises happen. happen.
Correct.
So I don't want that to happen with Argentina. So I
Correct.
want Argentina to build up.
It will be an Argentine win. 3 out of 4 of us said it will win. I'm putting in the score line as 2-1, guys. If that's been the most popular Argentina Mexico, score line mostly in the past. So yeah. Okay, moving on to the third game week, Poland against Argentina. So what's the take here?
I think 3-1 to Argentina.
Okay.
I think
3-1.
2-0 to Argentina. 2-0 for me. 2-0.
Yeah, at least 2. So let's log in 3-1 and let's see how it happens in the end. And Saudi Arabia and Mexico. So okay, guys. So just to tell you, as things stand, yeah, I mean, the funny thing is Argentina and Poland are definitely qualifying, but Mexico with a win and by if the goal difference is actually better, yeah, that's pretty. Just there's a difference of 1. Mexico can actually win if they win with a difference of 2 goals. Right, so they can actually go through. So what do you think will happen?
The surprise element is going to come in, because that's where the surprise element is going to come in. Mexico, the last match of Mexico is with Saudi Arabia,
Yes.
whereas the last match of Poland is against Argentina. So if Poland does very good in the first 2 matches, then Poland is a surety. But if Poland doesn't score many goals in the first 2 matches, and against Argentina they're sure to lose, then I think Mexico is winning. Because Mexico will cover that up in the Saudi Arabia match. And they somehow find a way to reach the top 16. They somehow find a way, Mexico, always.
Yeah, no, which is what I'm saying. So the kickoff in game week 3 for both the games will be obviously the same time, and basis what we have predicted as a group. If Saudi Arabia is beaten by Mexico, Mexico goes through. Simple as that, right? So, but they have to win with a goal difference of 1 more. So, a 2-0 victory gets them through. That's what I'm saying. So, what's the
which is very much possible. Which is very much possible. I think Mexico will win against Saudi Arabia. 2-0.
2-0. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Supriyo, Indranath.
Yeah.
My
win.
prediction is Saudi Arabia is going to win this 1-0, and Tata Martin is going to get sacked. That
I love that. Okay, guys, I want to go for this as well. Saudi Arabia upset victory, one of those which changes the apple cart completely. So
Martino will anyways be sacked after World Cup. His focus is somewhere else.
He has already
80% of the supporter will be Saudi Arabia. They will create a vibe.
Yeah,
and they will score.
1 win. They don't need the World Cup. They need this 1 match, which is so I'm with you on this. 1-0 to Saudi Arabia is what I'm logging in. And look at this. This is how it funnily. I'll just share a screen and show you what's it coming up. So the group finishes like this: Argentina topping the group with 9 points, of course, and the goal difference of 6. Poland is finishing with 4 points, and Saudi Arabia, after that magnificent win on the 3rd game week, actually comes 3rd, and Mexico gets knocked out with 1. Tata loses his job, and everything else follows. So that's the fun story that we are seeing. Yeah. Fascinating chat, guys. Really had again a lot of fun. Hope you guys had a lot of fun watching this as well. So we have put our necks on the line and said what's going to be the group standing in the group C where Argentina was going to play in, and then after that who it's going to face. You also heard a sneak peek of what we believe will happen since then, but we will have a separate episode around that, and we will grab Indranath as well, as he plans to pack for Qatar and he comes closer to his trip as well. Indranath, any sneak peek for the next episode where we come back to covering your trip to Qatar?
Yes, and I'll start packing. I started getting my jerseys out. I mean, this was a great discussion. My takeaway is Mrigaban starting with neither Mexico nor Saudi Arabia will to score against Argentina
and then draw.
Ending up predicting a 1-1 draw against Mexico. That's my biggest takeaway.
And that's captured for posterity, and we will of course hold it back again. And we'll see. Great chat, guys. Thank you, Supriyo. Thank you, Indranath. Thank you.
Vamos, Argentina. ¡Qué boludo!